morning, good morning, good morning, and yes, thrice good morning. We have a ton of stuff to get through today, and a lot of what I'm going to be talking about is very personal to me and my family. And I want to, good morning, Pay, good morning, Scott, good morning, somebody named Scott flying by. Good morning, everyone. So I want to give you some kind of like tips and strategies that I have deployed over the years, because it's very, very interesting. Where I'm going with this is there is a movement out there, which I'm a huge fan of. I'm a huge fan of this new this entrepreneurial wave that is in kind of American business right now, global business, where, you know, being an entrepreneur is really cool and great and all of that stuff. However, you know, there are many philosophies to this, and I subscribe in large part to a lot of what other people talk about, but I also have my own beliefs as well. So I'm going to use the example of someone that I admire, who I'm sure we all know, which is Gary V, right? I like Gary. I think Gary likes me. He asked me to speak at his conference, so obviously, you know, we have some alignment there. Here is where I differ. I don't know if you guys have seen that video where Gary talks about, I don't want to go skiing. I don't want to lay on a beach. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Well, this is where I am different. Because for me, my personal life is enhanced by my professional life and vice versa. I don't want to just work from 6 in the morning to, 11 at night. Now, if that's your thing, God bless you. I did a lot of that when I was in the music business. I put my time in, and now, things are different. I'm older. I have a family. I'm going to be talking about family, significant others. And if you don't have a significant other, you are your significant other. And I want to talk about some strategies that I've deployed over the years to kind of, for goal setting, personal life stuff, blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to get into it. I've got a lot to get through, so I have no idea how long this mantra is going to be. Hopefully it's going to be under an hour. No, hopefully it'll be, 15 minutes or so. But I've got a lot to battle through. So there are going to be 2 segments to this mantra. There is going to be how we can control our work life. And I'm going to be talking about boundaries. How we can control our work life to then help us set goals in our personal life. For example, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you an example with me, right? My kids are now 11, 7, and 6. They're getting to the age that we can travel. And so one of our family goals, I work with my wife. One of our family goals is I wanted to take the family to Europe, right? Because Cindy's never been anywhere other than England to meet my mom and dad. So we set a goal to go to Italy this summer, and having a personal goal for me fuels my business, right? I don't need much motivation to begin with, but when I have a goal of, we're going to go to this restaurant, we're going to go see this, I'm going to take the kids to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and then we've got X coming up, and then our flagpoles in the sand are, we have a really beautiful, no expense spared summer vacation, and we do the same in the winter. And I work my ass off, and I work long, long hours, but I have a goal. And my goal is to create memories that I can look back on when I'm an old man, right? I don't want to be counting the $100 bills when I'm old. I want to look back at these stupid videos that I keep doing of my children when they're young. And when they're 30 and 40, then maybe I'll be gone and they'll have these wonderful memories. That's what I want to look back on. That for me is the big why. I want to give you guys permission to allow yourself to have a why that's outside of business, right? Because it can't all just be business. It can't all just be money. It can't all just be deals. We have to have beautiful goals that are outside of our industry that then help us fuel our industry. These goals that I have make me work my freaking ass off long, long hours during the 2 6-month periods so that I can attain them. Okay, I want to now get into, because this is about work and then home life balance. This mantra is about it. So I'm going to dig in right now, and I'm going to give you some phone call. I'm going to give you some tips on how to handle clients, right? Because we need to carve out time for us. It can't just all be work, because all work and no play, I think, makes Jack an incredibly dull boy. And my clients love the experiences I have when I go to raves and when I listen to music and when I'm talking about albums. You know, if all I'm doing is working, I'm a really boring, dull guy. Okay, so I want to talk about clients. So one of the best tips I can give you with clients is establishing boundaries, okay? When you work in real estate, or when you work for yourself, when you have your own business, when you're an entrepreneur, by nature, you're like a doctor that's on call. You always have to pick up the phone. Well, not quite. So if it's after hours, and I'm going to get into hours in a bit, if a client texts me, right? And I hope none of them are watching right now. If a client texts me and I'm in the middle of having dinner with my kids, I will say something like this in a text message. I won't ignore them, but I'll text back and I'll say, I'm at a family event right now. Can I call you in the morning? 99 times out of 100, that client is satisfied because I showed them the respect of responding quickly. And that took me all of 10 seconds to bang out that text so that I can then carry on with my family dinner, because I want to hear about what my kids have done at school. That's valuable to me, right? As is my client. But by shooting out a quick text saying, thank you so much for your message, got it, I'll call you first thing. Client's fine, kids are fine, wife's fine, or husband, significant other. This is how it works. I would say to you, if you are in a relationship with someone and they are not in real estate, give them a heads up and just say, I might need to shoot out some texts when I'm at dinner with you, but I promise you they will only be work related. I'm not going to be posting on my social media accounts. The only texts I will respond to are work, and I promise to not have more than 3 in a dinner. If you say it like that, who's gonna shoot you down? No one. Okay, so boundaries is number 1. I am a huge fan of this next one, calendaring, right? I calendar every single thing in life. I calendar all my work events. I calendar the gym. I calendar my kids' soccer games. I calendar going for dinner with my wife. I calendar going to the movies. The only thing I don't calendar is going to Ralph's. So I calendar every single thing in my life, because then again, I'm establishing boundaries, right? I'm going to be working from here to here to here. But what tends to happen when we work for ourselves is we have this chaotic kind of like avalanche of a day where it keeps taking twists and turns. But what I do is, if I need to move something, I move it in the calendar and I'll slot something else in its place. What this does is it gives me sanity, it removes the chaos, and I know where I'm meant to be at all times. And then it stops this. I wonder what should I be doing right now? Every single moment in life, I know what I should be doing. And it ain't because I'm smart, it's because I calendar it. Another tip on this, maybe I ain't gonna get through all these because I might have to do this in 2 parts. So I think, anyway, well, let's just carry on. One tip I can give you is this: start work at the, also, what's up, Ratty? Hang on. One thing I will tell you is this: I did this back in the music business. I've always worked for myself, bar a couple of jobs here and there. But one thing I have always done is start work at exactly the same time. For me, I start work officially at 10 o'clock every day, which is why my Monday mantra is at 10 o'clock PST time, right? But I'm working before that, kind of prepping for my day. But when I was in the music business, 10 a.m. struck, ding! I would be at the mixing console, and it didn't matter if I finished the night before at 3 a.m. For me, boundaries are everything. I don't want to be on a kind of haphazard schedule, because when it's haphazard, there are holes in it, therefore it's not efficient, and I don't squeeze as much out of the day as I possibly can. Starting work at the same time every day, massively, massively important. And if your kids get home from school at 2 o'clock, you start your day at 6 a.m., right? Because in real estate and in many industries, we can be sending out emails and not texts, but emails and doing research and doing data well before open bells at 9 o'clock. Okay, next up is, this is a tough one, especially for the real estate community: say no. if a client says to you, you get that call at 8 o'clock at night and they're like, can you meet me outside the property because I really want to take a look at the outside at night? You can say no. If you get that call at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday and you'd planned a day maybe you'd planned a day on your own just to go hiking, you can say no. Now, I wouldn't say, no, get lost, I'm not doing it. I would say something like, I'm terribly sorry. You always throw the family thing in there, whether you have a family or not. You just say, I'm terribly sorry. I've got a really long, important family event today that I cannot miss. I would be happy to go at this time, or this time. And the worst thing we can do is just not respond. You think, oh, it's Sunday, I'm not going to get back to them. It's okay, it's Sunday, it's my day off. No, they'll find someone else. If somebody texts you or calls you, and the other thing is this, when somebody calls you and you don't want to get trapped on the phone, the great one is you text them back saying, I heard all of your message. Thank you for the information. I understand it. Got it. I will implement it and I will call you in the morning. That's all it takes to then carve out time for yourself. But saying no, installing boundaries is incredibly important for your personal life. Because imagine, what if it's your kid's soccer game or it's a kid's play at school or it's your wife's birthday and you're picking up the phone? You're saying to your significant other that they are not as important as work. And where I come from, my family and work are equally important, right? In fact, probably my family are more important. But anyway, you get the point. Okay, next is this. I'm going to do this one really quickly because the next one's very important. Prioritizing your day. Right? Real estate agents, we try and do everything. We try and be the transaction coordinator. We try and meet all the inspectors. We try and do the marketing. We try and do this. We try and do that. We try and do everything. And we're blowing it because our time is valuable. I'm going to skip over that one and get straight into the next one, which is delegation. Now, you can't delegate your inspections. You can delegate your files. You can delegate them to a transaction coordinator. I'm just going to do a rough guess, right? It takes about 10 hours to do a full transaction coordination on a file, right? Collecting it, signatures, DocuSign, all of that, takes about 10 hours, right? To pay a TC to do it costs about $300 here in LA. I would like to think that my time is worth more than $30 an hour. And even if it isn't, even if my time is worth $20 an hour, I'm willing to forfeit that 10 because if I spend that $10, if I spend that time prospecting, chances are I'm going to get more business. So delegation is everything. I'm not going to go too deep into this now, but Upwork. If you have a website, if you have a blog, if you need videos editing, if you need X, Y, and Z, you need a new logo, you need marketing, you need anything you want, you go on Upwork.com and there are a plethora of people that will help you with this stuff. Case in point is this, I just hired my first nomad. I think I said that last week. I had a guy who is just a traveling nomad with a laptop and he is a kind of Facebook engine ninja. And I asked him where he was and he said he was in Budapest. And then the following week he said he was going to be in Malaga. And then the week after that, who knows? I don't give a toss as long as the work gets done. But I delegated a really time-consuming task. And so now that's off my plate so I can focus on my agents and on my company, right? The art of delegation is absolutely everything in business. Okay. Now, this is interesting. We've gone from a transition of certainly in real estate and entrepreneurialism, where we used to all have a little office that we'd go in and a cubicle and a this and a that, and there'd be a coffee machine and all of this stuff, which, listen, I get it. I enjoy going in the office and I enjoy seeing my staff. But to you guys out there, please do not use your office as a crutch. Your dining room table is the best office in the world, and I'll tell you why. Because there are no distractions. And if you need to walk in an office to get motivated, well then stick on YouTube, because you'll get motivated by watching 2 or 3 videos. Going into an office is awesome, and I love the people there. But I find it very distracting. I love chatting with people. I love seeing how they're doing. As a company owner, I have to go into the office and I enjoy it. But as an agent, when I was an agent at Keller Williams, I never set foot in the place. And I was the #1 agent in LA. And I never set foot in the office because I knew when I worked from home, I was not distracted. I didn't need someone to make me feel better about myself. I didn't need someone to go, good job on your last escrow. I just knew that if I was on my dining room table, grinding it out, I wasn't wasting time driving there. I wasn't wasting time with pleasantries, seeing people. I wasn't wasting time at the water cooler. I wasn't wasting time finding lunch because I had food in my house. And so in that 8 hours, I was making it feel like 12 or even 16, that is the reason, ladies and gentlemen, I was #1 at Keller Williams in Los Angeles. Not because I'm freaking special. I'm no different from every single one of you out there watching this. If anything, I'm a slow reader. I think I'm a bit dyslexic. I can't add up. I've got some flaws, people. I got some flaws, but I know my own bullshit. And I call myself on my own bullshit every single day. And if I think that I need other people to make me feel better, then I'm doomed. I'm just doomed. You know what? You shouldn't base your real estate career on the wallpaper. Don't get me wrong. I got the nicest wallpaper in town. And I love having gatherings. I love having meetings. I love having brainstorming. But the days of needing to go in an office are over, people. They are a thing of the past. And I don't care what anyone says. It's just a big fat time suck. Okay, next up, preach, brother, preach. Okay, overcoming procrastination. Overcoming procrastination. What is the key? This is so simple. People do like videos that are an hour long on it. The key to overcoming procrastination is the following. You just do it right then and there. You just do it. It's on your list, you hate it, you don't want to do it, you think, I'll do it after lunch. No, you do it now. If you have the ability, you do it now. I have stuff on my list and I'm unbendable. I am unbendable. Whatever is on my list, I do it in the order that it's in. And every single day, I have I really don't want to deal with that one. I'll do it after lunch mentality. And then I'm like, I really don't want to deal with that one. I'll do that when I come back from the gym. I don't want to deal, you know what, I'm going to do that tomorrow. And then what happens is the list tomorrow's twice as long. So I just do everything that is in front of me now. That is how you drive a big, fat, freaking juicy steak through the heart of procrastination. Oh, I'm getting into it. The coffee's kicking in. Look out! Okay, next, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Okay, we're getting into personal life now. Now, I'm already like 20 minutes into this mantra, so I think I'm going to have to do part 2. I'm going to have to do part 2. Life is short. Do what you need to right now, says Kevin. I couldn't agree more. So ladies and gentlemen, I am going to do part 2. We've covered the work. We've covered the boundaries. For me, family, even if I didn't have a family, even if I had no kids and I wasn't married, my significant other is me. And I'm going to plan a trip for me. And I'm going to go on that rave tour of Ibiza for me. And I'm going to buy the tickets way in advance because I don't care what work comes in July. I'm going. If I was single, that's exactly what I'd be doing. And I highly, highly, highly encourage every one of you who's watched this, go book don't book it, but write down a goal. It could be a vacation. Maybe it could be a car. Maybe it could be something, but put it down because we are only here for a fleeting moment. And it shouldn't be watches and stupid shit. It should be meaningful stuff that when you look back on your deathbed, you'll be like, that was awesome. Maybe it's going climbing a rock. I've been watching those rock climbing videos. Maybe it's swimming across a body of water. Whatever. Maybe it's Ironman. Maybe it's a marathon. Maybe it's something. But we got to do stuff outside of our industry. I know there are other people that say you work from 6 a.m. till midnight every day. Not this geezer. Not me. Because this world is a beautiful, fat, juicy place, full of jewels. And I want to go and consume as many places on this planet as I can before I shift off this mortal coil, in the words of William Shakespeare. I'm going to take a deep breath. Oh, wow. Whew, that's like being at church, man. Okay, well, I certainly feel good. I hope a couple of you do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is officially the new set. I've been sitting down on the couch and here. I like being behind a desk. I don't know why. So, ladies and gentlemen, until next week, where I will do part 2 of the art of work and life balance, and I'll get into the life part. Mwah! I thank you for being with me. I'm here to be at your service. Love you guys. Thank you for the great comments. Thank you for all of your support. This is just the bomb. And I will look forward to seeing you all again on another lovely Monday morning edition of Monday Mantra. Gracias.